these will be no holiday camps, and I sincerely hope that those who attend them will not ever want to go back there.
It was supposed to be a short, sharp shock, but the damage caused, the scars left behind, have been lifelong.
When I walked through them doors, I walked into a nightmare. The amount of violence I was seeing, it was just constant terror.
Abuse on an industrial scale, thousands of victims, beatings and rapes. The reality of Medamsley Detention Centre, cloaked in secrecy, as so many looked the other way. The site's been repurposed many times since Medamsley closed almost 40 years ago, but the full picture of what went on continues to emerge. Tens of thousands of teenagers and young men were sent to the isolated centre in Durham, their crimes often trivial, the punishment anything but. Jimmy Coffey spent just 49 days at Medamsley, 7 short weeks which would change him forever.
Driving up there, I remember thinking, oh, I'm in trouble here now. I'm probably going to get a good hiding up here. Because it was the 70s when I was there. So you'd expected some form of violence, some form of punishment, physical punishment, but it was the levels of it. It was just beyond belief.
Desperate to escape the violence, Jimmy, who was just 18, applied for a job in the kitchen. A kitchen run by this man, Neville Husband, described today as possibly the country's most prolific sex offender.
Mr. Husband said he had to measure me up for our kitchen whites. When he's measuring your waist, his hands went inside your back of your trousers. When he measured your inside leg, his hands went right into your groin. So it was just touching, and obviously now looking back, he was just testing the ground, really, pushing the boundaries to see how far he could go.
You must have been terrified.
Yeah, that's it, that's what it is. It's trauma, it's terror, yeah. That's exactly what you felt. So you say nothing, and that's Husband's key to carry on.
And he did carry on?
He certainly did, yeah, because he'd be taken to Husband's house and sexually abused. It was filmed, yeah, there was a camera set up, and that was multiple times. The first time was traumatic, and it got worse, because you knew what you were going over for.
You're clear at the time. The outside world knew, so it's possible it could have been stopped much earlier.
Yeah. Every time I was taken out, there was officers in full view. I could see them, and they could see me. It was floodlit, so they seen us coming in, us going out, they seen us coming back. They knew it was happening.
Neville Husband was eventually sent to jail, but convicted of just a handful of sexual offences. He served a decade before dying a free man in 2010. Today it was revealed he may have raped 2 or 3 young men every day for years. The abuse at Medamsley went unchallenged for 26 years. Today's report says leaders failed at every level. They were either aware of the abuse, in which case were complicit, or had so little dedication and professional curiosity they were just incompetent. And it was victims, thousands of them, who paid the price for that. This afternoon, the man who headed up the 2-year investigation into what happened laid bare the extent of the failures. Would you say that this was abuse that was essentially enabled by the state?
In this case, the state was providing them, providing vulnerable young men to a man who knew how to abuse on a colossal scale.
But this scandal goes well beyond one man. Allegations of physical abuse and mistreatment were known to the Home Office as early as 1965. You know that many of the men who were at Medamsley, they want convictions of the people who knew what was happening and left them to it.
I'm disappointed for the victims that the opportunities weren't seized when those criminal convictions could have been brought, and I'm afraid I think those are decades ago. It's nearly 40 years since Medamsley closed its doors. So I think it is a real challenge. I can never say never, but I don't believe that there is an opportunity currently to press criminal proceedings.
The government apologised in a letter to survivors today, but some still want a full public inquiry into Medamsley and all the other detention centres which operated at the time. Do you remember getting out of Medamsley?
I do, love, yeah. New Year's Eve it was, 1979.
Jimmy, who went into the centre 46 years ago today, says he's disappointed there won't be justice. But for him, it's time now to
Yeah, but
stop
then again-
fighting?
For me personally, I think it's over now, yeah, for me.
Because it has to be.
It has to be.